Good day to the audience around the world. Today is Monday, August 23rd, 2021, and it's now 11:30 p.m. in Taiwan. I'm Fiona Zhang Xinfang. Welcome to the weekly report of the world new religion, Taiwan Weixin Shengjiao at Weixin TV station. In recent years, the world has experienced unprecedented pandemic of COVID-19, droughts, forest fires, and serious floods in Europe, Japan, and China. In addition, the changes in the natural environment leading to food shortages, humans' ignorance causing constant disputes, etc., are all fearful and disturbing facts. In view of this, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi pointed out that a broader and more active way of propagating the Dharma is essential at this moment. Therefore, in order to improve the communication for better propagation of Tao, Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi has established the Line Group platform of the Great Boon for Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation branch leaders. Through this online platform, Merit Foundation branch leaders can watch Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi's instructions and teachings on Yijing Feng Shui application. Furthermore, through the Q&A dialogues, this online platform could help every branch leader to understand the latest development and update of Weixin Shengjiao in real time and improve the quality and quantity of serving the faithful. Following up is the detailed report.
To enhance Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation branch leaders' knowledge and application of Yijing, Feng Shui, and Wondrous Dharma, Chanchishan Weixin Shengjiao Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi launched the Great Boon Line Group platform. It has all the Grandmaster's teachings of Yijing, Feng Shui, religion, and Wondrous Dharma. The platform also offers stability to members and their families as well as society. Branch leaders can raise questions and share the challenges they face during cultivation and preaching. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi will address the issues and instruct branch leaders to solve problems for members in compliance with the guidelines of their religion. The Line Group platform is now up and running, and the Grandmaster has been providing guidance on the questions raised by branch leaders. Branch leaders of Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation who haven't joined the Line Group platform yet should go to your local branch temple and ask to join as soon as possible. It is a great way to learn and find answers together. But Monacrity said, "I'm sick because all sentient beings are sick. If all sentient beings recover from illness, I recover as well. Sentient beings come to this world of five abilities for religion's cultivation. However, they are blind by greed and negative emotions, unable to grasp the fundamental principles of all matters. Abilities lead to all sorts of illness and obstacles that hinders religion's cultivation." Wang Chanlao Zhu descended to the mundane world, and Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi integrated the universe and mankind. They set out to help sentient beings see truth through the teaching of Yijing, Feng Shui, and Wondrous Dharma. By doing so, disasters, failures, and calamities can be avoided. And when people enjoy security and peace of mind, they can be committed to religious cultivation. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi also founded the Weixin Shengjiao Merit Foundation. With the help of branch leaders, religion can be preached throughout all sectors of the community. Hence, branch leaders bear immense dignity, responsibility, and unlimited merits in return. Branch leaders who have not yet joined the Line Group platform should contact your local branch temple to join the Great Boon Line Group chat. to listen to Wondrous Dharma right away. Weixin Report, 台中。
易经 offers a vast reservoir of wisdom and knowledge covering almost every phenomenon under heaven. This is why Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi devoted himself to establish the lifelong learning education system, Yijing University and Weixin Shengjiao College, from his early stage of religious cultivation. In September 2011, Weixin Shengjiao applied for the establishment of Weixin Shengjiao College to Taiwan's Ministry of Education. Finally, in February 2021, Weixin Shengjiao College was formally registered and become a formal university approved by the Ministry of Education of Taiwan government. Weixin Shengjiao College is the first Yijing University in the 5,000-year history of Chinese nation. The first admission examination was held on August 17th. Candidates were from various professional fields, and many of them even had a master's degree. In the future, with the efforts of all teachers and students, the Graduate Institute of Applied Yijing will definitely develop a new history of the Yijing inheritance.
Yijing is the Great Way, and the Great Way forms the University of Yijing. Weixin Shengjiao College is the first Yijing University in 5,000 years of Chinese nation. Weixin Shengjiao College is not only the first in the world, but also the only university to propagate Yijing Feng Shui Heart Dharma, the Dao linkage of Chinese culture in modern society, which has also passed the registration review of the Ministry of Education. Through incorporating religious and worldly of educational system, is hoped to reveal everyone's great wisdom that accumulated in the past. The educational system is based on the combination of Yijing Feng Shui, Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism as a research to investigate the ancients and to explore the mysteries of outer space. Aiming to inherit Chinese culture by combining religion and academics and accomplishing the religion with the academic achievement to create peaceful society and further promote world peace. Weixin Shengjiao College conducted the first Graduate Institute of Applied Yijing's enrollment exam on August 17th in its first year. Weixin Shengjiao Graduate Institute of Applied Yijing will recruit 15 students. All test takers are talents with specialized knowledge in their fields from all walks of life. 100% of the registered test takers attend the admission interview, including some with master's degree, some study for PhD. At a critical moment in this historic event, test takers use their courage to express their firmly religious belief, preaching affairs to benefit others, and helping others to benefit the public. They also had great humble attitude by showing broader views of interdisciplinary learning, lifelong learning, and lifelong cultivation. Weixin Shengjiao College not only established the Graduate Institute of Applied Yijing, but also arranged curriculums called Everyone Who Studies Yijing according to the rules of Ministry of Education. Students can select this series of programming regardless of their educational background, age, and religion. One of target audiences of the programming are members of intermediate class of Yijing University to comply with Weixin Shengjiao's 5 lifelong learnings, including moral education, life education, environment education, filial piety education, and culture education. To realize the core goal of world peace, cultivate ourselves for benefits of the country and humanity, which is also Weixin Shengjiao's core Dharma lineage. Weixin Report, Liu Zhijun, Peng Shuray, Weixin Shengjiao College.
Take a break. We will come back soon. Coming up next is the international charity of Weixin Shengjiao. Recently, the fellows of Weixin Shengjiao Vietnam classroom donated clothing to local mobile cabin hospital. Here is the footage.
The pandemic is getting worse and worldwide, and Vietnam also broke out the fourth time in April 2021, and situation is becoming increasingly severe, especially in South Vietnam, with hundreds of thousands of confirmed cases so far. Pinh Vuong province in South Vietnam is an important industrial and commercial town with a large working-class population, and cluster infections led to a rapid increase in the number of confirmed cases. The newly established Becamex Mobile Cabin Hospital in Pinh Vuong Province is in urgent need of supplies. Therefore, at the beginning of this month, it invited domestic and foreign enterprises in Vietnam to donate new clothes and pants for the patients. After receiving the notice, the fellow cultivators of Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao Vietnam Yijing class immediately gathered the necessary clothing together. Mr. Gao Quancheng and his wife from a garment factory in Quang Ngai Province, Vietnam, helped with the arrangements. Mr. Gao and his staff counted all the suitable clothing in the factory together, and a total of 5,896 pieces of clothes and pants were packed into the boxes and sent from central Vietnam to the mobile cabin hospital at Pinh Vuong Province in South Vietnam. When the Vietnamese staff learned that the clothes were for the COVID-19 patients, they thoughtfully put a little note of self-made blessings in each clothing bag, hoping to send their wishes with the clothes to the areas where the epidemic is severe. Through the spirits of altruism and love for others, they share and wish those suffering from illness to recover soon, restore their health, stay away from disasters, and return to peace. Weixin reports, Vietnam.
It's time for Weixin Shengjiao feature story. My colleague is here to share with you the real story of how to utilize Yijing Feng Shui on our daily lives. Please enjoy the story of this week.
Hello everyone, Aμή陀佛. I'm Julie Zhang Xiuping. Welcome back to Weixin Shengjiao feature story. There was one virtuous fellow, Mr. Wang, whose factory made a lot of money. Few months ago, some of his friends invited him to invest money to a large land at around 30,000 square meters. The property developer have already been developed half part of land and seeking new investors because of the lack of funds. They promised to offer Mr. Wang pretty good conditions to share in their success in the near future. Mr. Wang was very tempted to invest money, but he would not have rushed headlong into this large investment. He asked for the opinion from Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi in Xianfo Temple. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi requested Mr. Wang to perform Yijing divination for himself. The result of the divination was Sui Zejie with Dong Yao in the third line of hexagram. The hexagram of Sui Zejie had shown that there is moderation in all things. Dong Yao is in the third line of the hexagram of Sui Zejie, refers to people should show great moderation. If people tend to go overboard for it, the result will be like an old saying that goes, as you brew, so you must drink. The divination result has clearly said to us that we should refrain from taking action because this investment is infeasible. If we do not keep ourselves and decide to take actively action, it will make us attend troubles. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi further elaborated and said to him, the change of the active lines was officials in the third line of this hexagram, which make the power of the active line enhanced. Change in officials line, people will encounter mean people frequently, negative energy or traps. This case had been involved in lawsuit, and its litigation process can be long for years. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi implied Mr. Wang not to do this investment. Otherwise, it will not only make him attend troubles, but also make trouble to his relatives and friends. Mr. Wang followed the suggestion from Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi by refusing this investment. The fact is that the land development had many problems, included the privately owned roads with public access, and the land use right disputes. It had been involved in property litigation, the construction automatically came to end, and all the checks from the landlord bounced. The heavenly sages, deities, Buddhas, and bodhisattvas had been demonstrated the ways to recommend us the subject must go or not when we talking to the deity and seeking help from casting moon blocks or Yijing divination. However, we only can get straightforward yes or no answers through divination blocks and knew very little about what issues cause our problems or worries. Using divination blocks require a little bit complex process. First, we should write our questions and place it on the altar 3 days in advance, then burn it completely in censer keeper after presenting the statement to the deity. 3 days later, after giving the deity time to consider our questions, we return to the temple for divination blocks. The moon blocks are required to land the same way 3 times consecutively in order to maintain the accuracy of the deity's answers. But what if unexpected events happened and need an urgent decision? Can we wait 3 days? Yijing divination gives questioner a broad overview with many details. As long as we study Yijing seriously, a result of Yijing divination can help us stop worrying and give detailed advice that can be applied to the situation about which we are inquiring. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi often reminds us that each of us has different Dharma return. Some can make money and some cannot. Study Yijing can help us understand qi and number, such as how many Dharma return we have. Is investing right for us? Should we go for this subject or not? In this way, we not only can minimize the failure rate, but also avoid making troubles to our innocent relatives and friends. Thank you for watching today's feature story. We wish all of you having improvement in virtuous practicing with joy in it. See you next time.
Take a break. We will come back soon. The 7th month of Chinese lunar calendar marks the Ghost Month, which is also the month of filial piety. Grandmaster Hunyuan Chanshi has stated the role of filial piety of Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao. If the ancestral spirits are at stake, the offspring in the modern world will suffer. Appeasing the ancestral spirits with the holy religious rites and pray for the harmony of the underworld and modern world cannot be stressed enough. Therefore, all of our branch temples follow the holy religious rites to host the Zhongyuan deliverance ritual every year. The branch temple host will select an auspicious date for hosting the ritual and decide the quantity of offering tables through Yijing divination. During the ritual, virtuous fellows and the faithful would chant the sutra and imagine the presence of their own ancestors at the same time. The vegetarian dishes, delicacies, and spirit money will be offered to the ancestors as well as the spirits from 10 Dharma directions. The merits of sutra chanting will all be accredited to their ancestors and the spirits, which is a sincere manifestation of filial piety and fulfillment of the responsibility of a descendant. As we take care of all the spirits, we wish them free from hunger and poverty. Now, let's take a look at the Weixin Shengjiao summary report of Zhongyuan deliverance ritual.
Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao branch temples held Zhongyuan deliverance ritual in mid-July on the lunar calendar to venerate ancestors and deliver sentient beings. July 15th on the lunar calendar is Zhongyuan festival. It is the date that the Earth official relieves sins in Taoism and venerates spirits and delivers sentient beings. It is also called Alambana in Buddhism, with elaborate vegetarian meals served and merits transferred to worshipped ancestors. Weixin Shengjiao promotes great filial piety as the heavenly mandate and resolves grievances and eliminates disasters as an Indo mission. Therefore, each and every Weixin Shengjiao branch temple organize Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual yearly to make an offering of sweet dew. This year, the situation is very special due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Weixin Shengjiao branch temples started to prepare the Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual after we are under Level 2 COVID-19 alert, even though each branch temple does their best with sincere hearts to prepare Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual under a very tight schedule. We had Tainan Branch Temple and Taichung Branch Temple held Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual on 14th. Zhonggang Branch Temple, Shilin Aixing Branch Temple, and Caotun Branch Temple held Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual on 15th, and the other branch temples held Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual on its scheduled time. Weixin virtuous cultivators and volunteers supported the Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual of each branch temple aggressively. In order to make Zhongyuan Deliverance Ritual hold well, we saw them decorating the ritual and organizing offering tables by following epidemic prevention regulations. Each branch temple host led Weixin virtuous cultivators, following chanters to recite the sutras, and sincerely invited the heavenly saints and Buddha descend to the shrine. In addition, the light of the Buddha is everywhere. The Buddha's blessings transform and spread to all spirits. All living beings are well fed, and the suffering of the hungry ghost will be relieved. Moreover, disasters were eliminated. The grievance was resolved. Grievance and enmity of the underworld and human world were relieved. Elimination of natural disasters and epidemic exists permanently, and world peace happens. Weixin Report Summary Report.
The last episode of today's news, we will pay attention to our branch temple's activity. On August 14th, Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao Shanlin Branch Temple launched the Anniversary Disaster Elimination and Benediction Ritual. They chanted Weixin scriptures to express their gratitude for the blessings from Wangchan Laozu and the celestial gods and deities. They prayed for the safety of the residents in the neighborhood of the branch temple. They wished further for the elimination of disasters, harmony of the families, prosperity of the society in Taiwan, and the end of the pandemic in the world.
Shanlin Branch Temple launched the Anniversary Disaster Elimination and Benediction Ritual on August 14th. The volunteers of the Vegetarian Feast Group set leave for the Shanlin Branch Temple at 5 a.m. in the early morning to prepare the cooked offerings and breakfast for the volunteers and chanters. Some volunteers helped to set up the altar and put the offerings on the tables. At 1 p.m., Master Yuan Pu led fellows to worship the deity of fortune and virtue at Fuxing Temple, to pray for good weather for crops, the prosperity of our country, and the safety of people. Then they offered incense to the Jade Emperor and Wangchan Laozu, and prayed for disaster elimination and the peace of region. The ritual started at auspicious time. Chanting masters of Weixin Shengjiao Chanting College began the ritual that led virtuous fellows to piously invite Buddhas and deities to descend upon the altar. The merits gained from chanting scriptures will all be accredited to the spirits from 10 Dharma directions. In the afternoon of August 15th, the Dharma offerings bestowed to the spirits of 10 Dharma directions. After the altar has completed successfully, volunteers tidied up the venue and went home with joy. Besides, Mr. Hong, the fellows of Shanlin Branch Temple, had prayed for good weather and the ritual successfully to Wangchan Laozu before a week, which came true during the ritual. Weixin Report, Shanlin Branch Temple.
Thank you for tuning in today. As the pandemic is still rampaging around the world, It's important for every global citizen to comply with COVID-19 prevention measures when we go out to the public places. Please do wear face masks, wash your hands, and use hand sanitizer frequently. Avoid touching any parts of your face and always maintain a safe social distance. Together, we should fight against the pandemic and protect the safety of the world. We will be back with more updates about Chanjishan Weixin Shengjiao next week. Please stay tuned at 11:30 p.m. on every Monday and 11:30 a.m. and 4 p.m. of the local time in Taiwan on every Tuesday on Weixin TV. Wang Chan Lao Zu bless you. See you next week.